Hey everybody, it's Doug Green and I'm the publisher of Technology Reseller News, and I'm very pleased to have with us our good friend Robert Galop, who's the co-founder of Creo Solutions. Robert, thank you.
Doug, thank you. It's great to be here.
Well, this has been a really amazing event, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. You were involved, you were on some panels, you guys were actually exhibiting and so on, and doing some other amazing things. But first, for people that don't know, what is Creo Solutions?
So Creo Solutions, there's a couple of different ways I like to talk about it. One is we're helping companies create products at scale, right? So within our organization, you've got people that have led products, they've led marketing at super large organizations like Cisco. I was at Amazon. We've got guys who've been at Microsoft. And what we're doing is we're taking those methodologies that have made us successful at these companies and bringing them to companies that couldn't generally support bringing in a CMO or bringing in a CPO, and really rethinking what are the products and offers that they're bringing to market and how do they go after it, right? So our sweet spot is actually, as we look around the floor here at the NetSapien show this week, this is our sweet spot because these are companies where they've got a sizable customer base, but they're still growing internally and they don't necessarily have the resources to do anything about all of those demands and all of those requests they're getting from the customers. So we come in, help them make sense of where the opportunities lie, and then actually help them bring those solutions to market. So we'll dive deep in with their customers and see what are the things that we can add on to what they're selling today. And we'll help them if they don't have technical resources to develop those solutions, or there's something off the shelf that we can bring in, we'll bring that in. And then we'll actually help them figure out how to talk about it, right? Because everybody's got a little bit of a different area that they're focusing on in the market. We'll actually help them figure out where that fits into their story, and then also work with their sales team to get them comfortable in introducing these new things into the conversation. It's kind of like a show me, teach me kind of thing where we can ride along with the salesperson with these new solutions and really show them how it works, right? So if you think about, as an organization, I want to expand what I'm offering and I need some help to do it, that's where we come in.
And it's interesting, I want to sort of dwell a little bit on the first part of what you said. You're bringing the types of tactics that an Amazon or a very large, giant organization would be able to do.
Yep.
You're bringing those tactics to a relatively smaller firm, maybe a family company.
Yeah, smaller family company, but even a lot of the companies that we're working with, they're in the 100 to 200 employee range. So these aren't small companies,
right?
But they may not have like a full-time product person,
right?
They probably don't have a product marketer, and if they do, they've got a marketing specialist who's not gone out and done a lot of market research before. They don't know what success looks like, and they'd be learning on the fly. Those are the types of companies that we're bringing in, and it's really, really fun because we love to build stuff, right? So we get to talk with companies every single day where we're helping them build out new stuff and bring it to market, and it's a lot of fun for us.
Now, you also are different than, when marketing is a big word.
Yep.
It means lots of things to many people. So you were telling me just before we began, what you do, what you don't do. So This is nothing to do with I'm going to build a website or, that type of traditional approach.
No, but we do have partners that we work with and that we trust, right? So in previous lives, I worked with an outstanding growth marketing company out of Denver, Intelligent Demand, and I've actually brought them into conversations that as we figure out what the company is going to offer, we figure out how we're going to talk about it. They take it that next step to say, okay, here are the plays that we're going to put in play to go out and reach the customers that you want to be selling to and that you need to be selling to. They'll put together the tactics. They'll think about the digital marketing, the say lines, and all of those things, right? So we bring in partners that we've worked with in the past. I'll call out SEO and website design as well, right? So it's really best of breed. And if you were to bring a CMO in and they were leading an organization, that's essentially what they'd be doing as well.
This is sort of a chancy question, but it almost sounds like underneath all of the work that you do, you almost maybe are culture changing at a company. In other words, you kind of get almost maybe everyone into the groove of a new direction.
Yeah, Yeah. And it's really nice because I've been in the role where I've had to come into a business and I've been asked, transform us, help us bring new things to market. And as an insider, um, two things. One, you can only ever push the organization as fast as it can go. And then two, as an insider, you inevitably push hard enough that you start to create friction inside, right? So there's actually a nice balance there where us coming in from the outside, we can make observations and we can make recommendations that people will listen to, they'll absorb those, and then we can enable the individuals in the business that are ultimately championing this to be successful.
Now, I want to bring in the other big endeavor that you are working on, which is KPASA.
Yeah.
What is that?
So this is the industry alliance for not just CPaaS, right? So CPaaS is in the name, but what we talk about is communications platform as a service, the big C, not the little C APIs, right? So we're actually we went from 0 members at the beginning of last year up over 100 members now. And that's the largest and most successful players in the CPaaS market. But we've also got UCaaS and CCaaS players, so RingCentral and Reach, a number of other players like that in the space. And then we've also got large global carriers in there as well, right? So you've got Orange, Deutsche Telekom, Vodafone, et cetera, right? So what we're doing there is everybody likes to pretend they're competing and it's a zero-sum game. But the truth is, right, when you step back and you look at the industry, everybody's got an opportunity to learn from each other. Everybody's got an opportunity to do, maybe something is working really well in Southeast Asia and it would work really well in Europe, but nobody has exposure to that because they're not talking to them. We're bringing the industry together as a whole, and we're really seeing a lot of nice collaboration and discussion at the executive level, and people starting to cross-pollinate ideas and work together to help move the industry forward. So that's what we're focused on at KPASA. One of the biggest things that we just did was we launched our industry playbook, and this is essentially the easy button that if you're in the market today and you want to add products into your portfolio, you're not sure where to start, what we've done is we actually went out and polled and looked at what all of our members are succeeding with in market. And we brought that back in and really created a collection. Right now it's at 93 use cases that are out in market today that have actual business results, that we know who you're going to go sell to, we know what verticals they work in, and we know exactly how to implement those things based on what our members are doing. And we're able to take that back to other companies that are searching for what's my next path to growth, what are these things that I can add in. So it's a really nice playbook that marries up, here's the market you're in, here's what verticals your customers are in, let's talk about which solutions that you need to be thinking about next. And it really lays that out in a nice line and really shortcuts the product introduction cycle, right? If I'm bringing something to market, first I got to put a strategy together, then I got to build it, then I got to figure out if a customer is going to use it,
right?
And then eventually a customer is going to use it and say, yeah, I'll talk about it, and then the product marketing team and the marketing team gets something, and then the sales team gets access to it, right? So you've got this 3-year life cycle for one product. We've essentially shrunk that down to where you can be talking about new solutions in market today and get validation from your customers and then immediately bring that into your portfolio. So we've really turned that entire process on its head. And what's been nice is we've taken those same use cases and that same thought process, we brought that back into what we're doing at Creo Solutions. So if you look at what we've been talking about here this week, we're essentially taking things that we know work in market from the playbook and making them accessible to the service providers that are sitting here with the NetSapiens platform, or maybe they've built their own thing out on FreeSwitch or Asterisk or what have you. But it's a nice yin and yang, I guess you could say, between what we're doing at KPAS and what we're doing at Creo.
So is there a single thing, is there one thing a service provider could do even today to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Where can we learn more about Creo Solutions?
So Creo Solutions, you can visit our website at creosolutions.tech, C-R-E-O, solutions.tech. We've got a great overview of the different types of solutions. And a lot of service providers are digging deep into verticals. So we've laid out how those solutions work in a car dealership vertical or a healthcare vertical. So you can start to get some ideas and figure out how to engage us. And even if you don't engage us, you can hopefully take away some ideas on things that you can bring to your customers.
And where can we learn more about KPASA?
KPASA, you can visit us at cpaasaa.com. We try to throw as many A's in there as possible, so cpaasaa.com. We've got a variety of membership levels, depending on if you just want to get in and learn versus really lead within the market. And then we're always putting out a ton of thought leadership content. So we just had our summit in Amsterdam a few weeks ago. I think we've got like 40 hours worth of video content that we're churning through right now. So
there's like tons of stuff there, right?
Tons and tons of stuff, great insights. And we're always turning that back out. So I invite people to visit the website, sign up, at least just to subscribe to our content.
Yep.
And guaranteed somebody's going to get an idea that's going to help transform their business.
All right. Well, Robert, again, I'm looking forward to the next time I see it at one of these conferences.
Yep.
But it's been a pleasure, and thank you very much for joining me today.
Yeah, Doug, thank you.